Welcome to my channel, where knowledge meets stillness. I am so glad you have found your way to this quiet corner tonight. Please, take a moment to settle in. Adjust your pillow, feel the weight of your shoulders sinking into the mattress. Release the tension in your jaw. Let your eyelids become heavy, like a curtain closing on the busy world outside. The day is done, and here, in this space, there is no rush, no deadlines. Only the gentle rhythm of your own breath. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine all your worries dissolving into the cool night air. Tonight, we are embarking on a very deep descent into the silent, massive, and ancient memory of our planet. When we speak of nature, we often look up, we admire the vast mountain ranges or the endless stretch of the starlit sky. But tonight, our journey begins exactly where you are. Beneath the ground you rest upon, into the dark, cool, and mysterious world of the soil. Imagine, if you can, a single teaspoon of healthy, dark earth resting in your palm. It feels cool, damp, and silent. But within that tiny space, in that one single teaspoon, there is a city more populated than the entire human race. Billions of microscopic lives, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and countless organisms yet to be named, are breathing, working, and existing in perfect, quiet harmony. They are the invisible architects of our world. Deep underground, while we are preoccupied with the noise of life above, they are building massive empires in total silence. In this microcosmos, nothing is ever wasted. Every fallen leaf, every grain of sand, every drop of rain is part of a grand, slow transformation. They turn decay into growth, and darkness into the very foundation of life. As you breathe in, imagine the scent of this deep, fertile earth. Geosmin, the chemical signature of life itself. It is a fragrance that tells your brain that the cycle of nature is continuing, that the earth is providing, and that you are an inseparable part of this grand design. Let your consciousness sink deeper now, past the topsoil, down into the clay and the minerals that have slept for eons. Think of the deep roots of a great oak tree, stretching out like wooden fingers in the dark, seeking water, seeking connection. The soil is not just dirt, it is a living, breathing skin. It holds the heat of the sun long after the moon has risen. It cradles the seeds of future forests in a long, dreamless sleep. You are resting just like those seeds tonight, protected, held, and allowed to simply be. The billions of tiny lives beneath you are moving at a pace so slow, it feels like stillness, and you are invited to join that pace. Every square inch of this soil is a library of history. It contains the minerals of ancient mountains that have long since eroded. It holds the carbon of forests that stood millions of years ago. When you touch the earth, you are touching a lineage that stretches back to the very beginning of biological time. Think of the earthworms, the silent tillers of the dark, moving through the soil with a slow, muscular rhythm. They breathe through their skin, feeling the vibrations of the world above as distant, unimportant echoes. They transform the earth, making it porous and light, allowing the planet to breathe. And deeper still, there are the microbes that can survive without oxygen, lives that exist in a state of near-infinite patience, waiting for the right conditions to bloom. They teach us that life does not always need to be loud or visible to be powerful. Sometimes, the most important work is done in the dark, in the silence, and in the absolute stillness of the deep. Feel your own body becoming as porous and as calm as the soil. Let the nutrients of rest flow into your muscles, into your mind. You are supported by billions of years of geological history. You are resting on a foundation that has never failed. The world below is at peace. The city beneath your feet is calm, and as the darkness of the earth surrounds your thoughts, you find that you, too, are ready to let go. Breathe in the stillness. Breathe out the day. You are home, in the heart of the living world. In the quiet, humid corners of the world's wetlands, where the mist clings to the water like a soft, silver blanket, there are plants that have chosen a different path. They do not wait for the soil to provide everything they need, they have become active, silent participants in the intricate dance of survival. Think of the Venus flytrap, a marvel of evolution that feels more like a conscious creature than a rooted plant. It sits in the green silence of the Carolina bogs, its bright, jaw-like leaves spread wide open, waiting, perfectly still. It does not possess a brain or a nervous system as we understand them, yet it exhibits a profound, mechanical intelligence that has baffled scientists for centuries. On the inner surface of its traps, there are tiny, ultra-sensitive hairs, trigger points for a trap that can snap shut faster than the blink of a human eye. But notice the immense patience required for such a life. The plant may sit for days, undisturbed by the passing wind, unaffected by the rush of time. It is a true master of the present moment. It does not hunt with aggression or noise, it hunts with absolute stillness. It lures its guests with the sweet, intoxicating scent of nectar, and only when the tiny feet of an insect touch those microscopic hairs twice within 20 seconds. Does the trap react? This double trigger is a brilliant design of nature, a way for the plant to ensure it does not waste its precious energy on a falling raindrop or a stray piece of wind-blown dust. It calculates, it waits, and it only moves when the moment is certain. Nature is efficient. Nature is calculated, and even in its most active moments, it remains deeply calm. Now, let your mind drift to the pitcher plant. Another silent hunter of the shadows. It grows in the form of a deep, elegant vessel, filled with a liquid that glimmers like a secret pool in the dappled sunlight. It does not snap, it does not move. It simply exists as a beautiful, passive destination, inviting the world to witness its grace. As you listen to these wonders, let the idea of waiting become a comfort to you tonight. You do not need to reach out for your sleep. You do not need to hunt for your rest, or force the thoughts to leave your mind. Like the quiet plants in the swamp, you can simply remain open, remain still, and let the rest come to you, at its own pace. The green world is full of these quiet dramas, events that happen on a scale of time we rarely stop to appreciate in our waking lives. But tonight, we have all the time in the universe. We are drifting through the heavy leaves, through the damp, oxygen-rich air, feeling the slow, rhythmic pulse of the vegetable kingdom. There are sundews, plants covered in tiny, glistening droplets that look like morning dew, but are actually a sticky silk that holds tight to whatever it touches. Under the moonlight, they sparkle like diamonds in the dark, beautiful, and yet, focused on their singular purpose. Even in this world of hunters, there is no malice, there is only the ancient cycle of life, the exchange of energy, the transformation of one form of existence into another. It is all part of the same breath, the same stillness. As you lie there, feel the weight of your body becoming like a leaf resting on the surface of a dark pond. You are supported by the water, you are surrounded by the green. And the air around you is thick with the peace of the forest. Breathe in the humidity of the swamp, feel the coolness of the deep shade on your skin, and let your mind settle into the deep, emerald peace of the plant world. The hunters are still. The forest is breathing, and you are safe to drift away. Now, we leave the humid lowlands and the hidden hunters of the swamp behind. Feel your consciousness beginning to rise, climbing slowly and steadily, as if you are floating on a gentle updraft of mountain air. We are moving toward the high, windswept peaks of the White Mountains, leaving the noise of the modern world far below the clouds. Here, the air is thin, it is crisp. And it carries a silence that feels heavier and more profound than any you have ever experienced. In this stark, high-altitude wilderness, where the soil is little more than bitter, alkaline rock, we encounter the Great Basin Bristlecone Pines. These are not the lush, towering giants of a rain-drenched forest, they are something far more mysterious. They are ancient, weathered sculptures of wood and pure resilience. As you lie still tonight, try to wrap your mind around the sheer scale of time these trees embody. Some of these silent sentinels have been standing in this exact spot for over 4,800 years. Think of that journey through time. When the Great Pyramids were still new and gleaming in the desert sun, these trees were already stretching their roots into the cold, dry earth. When the Roman Empire rose to its height and slowly faded into history, these trees remained unmoved. Every war, every discovery, every breath of human history has happened while these pines stood in total, mountainous silence, watching the stars shift in their eternal dance. Look closely at their form in the eye of your mind. Their wood is not covered in the soft, thick bark we are used to seeing, instead, it has been stripped bare and polished by centuries of relentless ice, screaming winds, and abrasive sand. The wood glows with a haunting palette of silver, amber, and deep gold, twisted into fantastic, swirling spirals that tell the story of every storm, every drought, and every winter they have survived. They have mastered a secret that the rest of the world has forgotten, the art of extreme slowness. In a world that prizes speed and rapid growth, the bristlecone pine chooses the opposite. In 100 years, a single tree may add only a fraction of an inch to its girth. Their growth is so deliberate, so careful, that the wood becomes incredibly dense, so thick and heavy with resin that it is almost impossible for rot or insects to penetrate it. Even death cannot easily claim them. A bristlecone pine may die after 5,000 years of life, yet remain standing as a silver ghost for another 2 millennia, refusing to crumble. Refusing to let go of its place on the mountain. As you breathe in the cold, imaginary air of these high peaks, let your own body feel as steady and as grounded as these ancient pines. You are not required to grow fast tonight, you are not required to produce, to achieve, or to move at the speed of the world below. You are simply required to exist in peace. Feel the strength in your bones, matching the density of that ancient, resin-filled wood. The world around you may shift and change, the seasons may turn from bitter frost to the pale, distant sun of summer, but your inner stillness remains untouched, fixed like a root in the ancient stone. The wind hisses through the short, dark green needles, a sound that has remained unchanged for 4 millennia. It is the sound of deep time. It is a language that does not know the meaning of a clock or a calendar. Let that sound wash over you now, like a cool stream, smoothing out the jagged edges of your thoughts, erasing the labels of hours and minutes. In this place, time is not a line, it is a vast, circular breath. The stars you see above these mountains are the same stars that watched over these trees when they were nothing more than tiny, fragile saplings. Everything in this universe is connected by this long, invisible thread of endurance. Sink deeper into your blankets now, feeling the weight of centuries grounding you into the mattress. The mountain is silent, the trees are perfectly still, and you are drifting, slowly, steadily, into the timeless, protective embrace of the ancients. Think of the patience held within a single needle of these pines. Some needles stay attached to their branches for 30 years, silently gathering light, breathing the thin air. Never rushing to fall, never hurrying to be replaced. Can you find that same patience within yourself? The patience to let sleep arrive when it is ready, the patience to let your mind go quiet, one thought at a time. The high altitude has its own rhythm, it is the rhythm of the stone, the rhythm of the stars, and the rhythm of the old wood. You are part of this lineage of survival. You are safe here. Among the oldest living witnesses on our planet. They have seen the world change, but they have always known that the most important things happen in the stillness. Breathe with the mountain. Rest with the pines. Let the ancient light of the universe guide you into a dreamless, heavy sleep. We descend now, away from the cold, crystalline air of the high peaks, and back down into the heart of the ancient, emerald forests, where the light is filtered through 1,000 layers of leaves, and the air is thick with the scent of moss and damp earth. Here, in the shadows of the giants, a different kind of power exists, a power that is neither plant nor animal, but something entirely its own. We are entering the realm of the fungi. Most people see only the mushroom, the brief, fleeting bloom that appears after a rain, but that is merely the tip of a vast, invisible iceberg. Beneath your feet, and within the very wood of the trees, lies the mycelium, a web of white, silken threads so fine that a single gram of soil can contain miles of them. This is the internet of the earth, the silent, pulsing network that connects every living thing in the forest. As you lie still, imagine these threads moving through the dark soil like thoughts moving through a dreaming brain. They do not have eyes, yet they find their way with unerring precision. They do not have voices, yet they negotiate with the roots of trees, trading minerals for sugars in a contract that has lasted for hundreds of millions of years. But within this world of cooperation, there are moments of strange and fascinating drama. Think of the cordyceps. The fungus that has mastered the art of biological control. In the tropical heat of the jungle, a single spore may land on an ant. It does not kill immediately, it waits, it grows slowly, eventually weaving its way into the ant's very nervous system. It is a slow, silent takeover. The fungus begins to steer the ant, compelling it to leave its colony, to climb high into the canopy. To find a leaf with the perfect temperature and humidity. And once the ant reaches this specific destination, it bites down on a leaf vein in a final, permanent grip, and there, it becomes the vessel for the fungus to bloom. It sounds like a story from another world, but it is the reality of the forest floor, a testament to the incredible, complex intelligence of life that lacks a mind. It is a drama that happens in absolute silence. beneath the canopy of trees that have seen 1,000 such cycles. Let the complexity of this world soothe you. The universe is so much larger and more intricate than our daily worries. There are systems within systems, lives within lives, all functioning with a quiet, relentless purpose. You are part of this grand complexity, too, but tonight, you don't have to manage any of it. You can trust the mycelium to manage the forest. You can trust the earth to manage the seasons, and you can trust your body to manage its own rest. Think of the bioluminescent mushrooms that glow with a soft, ghostly green light in the deepest part of the night. Foxfire, a cold, chemical light that guides no one but itself. It flickers in the dark like a slow, breathing star. Imagine walking through a forest where the ground itself glows beneath your feet. Every step revealing a hidden map of light. This light does not heat, it does not burn, it is simply a byproduct of existence, a quiet signal in the dark. Let your own thoughts become like that foxfire, soft, dim, and glowing without effort. The fungi are the ultimate recyclers. They are the ones who ensure that nothing is ever truly lost. They break down the old to make way for the new. They turn the fallen giants into the soil that feeds the saplings. They remind us that endings are just the beginning of a different kind of story. Feel the softness of the forest floor in your mind, the cushioned moss, the layers of pine needles, the gentle, hidden pulse of the mycelium beneath. You are sinking into that cushion now, your body becoming heavy, your mind becoming quiet. The fungal web is working. The trees are breathing, the jungle is glowing with a hidden light. You are safe in the undergrowth, held by the network of life that has no beginning and no end. Breathe in the damp, cool scent of the moss. Breathe out the tension of being human. Let the fungus take the old thoughts and turn them into the soil of your dreams. Now, let us move away from the shadowed forest floor and the silent networks of the fungi. We are traveling across the world now, to the rolling green hills and deep valleys of Honduras, specifically to a small, quiet town named Ural. Here, the atmosphere holds a secret that seems to defy the very laws of nature, a phenomenon known as Lluvia de Peces, the rain of fish. Imagine lying in your bed, much like you are now, listening to the distant rumble of a summer storm. In Ural, between the months of May and July, the sky begins to darken with an unusual intensity. The clouds become heavy and bruised with shades of deep violet and slate gray. The wind begins to whisper through the long grass, carrying the scent of ozone and incoming rain. The townspeople retreat to their homes, they close their shutters and settle into the warmth of their families. While outside, the heavens open up. It is a massive, powerful downpour, thunder that vibrates in the chest, and lightning that paints the world in brief, brilliant flashes of silver. But when the storm finally passes, when the clouds break and the first rays of the sun glisten on the wet earth, something miraculous has happened. The ground is not just covered in water, it is shimmering. Thousands of small, silver fish are scattered across the grass, like fallen stars that have taken a liquid form. They are alive, they are real, and yet, they have fallen from a sky that has no ocean. As you breathe in the fresh, clean air after this imaginary storm, contemplate the wonder of this mystery. Scientists suggest that massive waterspouts, swirling pillars of wind and water, reach down into the nearby rivers or the sea. lifting the fish high into the atmosphere, carrying them miles away in the belly of the storm, and then gently releasing them over the thirsty land. Think of the journey those fish have taken, from the dark, cool depths of the water, through the heart of a cloud, and down into the hands of a waiting community. It is a reminder that the earth is a place of constant movement, where things from one world can suddenly appear in another. The people of Yoro see this as a blessing, a gift from the heavens that has occurred every year for over a century. To them, it is not just a scientific anomaly, it is a moment of communal wonder, a time when the impossible becomes the everyday. Let the image of these silver fish, glistening in the soft morning light, bring a sense of magic to your thoughts. Life is full of these unexpected graces. The universe has ways of providing. Ways of surprising us even when we think we understand all its rules. Feel the coolness of the rainwater in your mind. Hear the soft sound of the droplets falling from the leaves. The storm has cleared the air, it has washed away the dust of the day. Your mind is like that town after the rain, clean, quiet, and filled with a gentle, shimmering peace. There is no need to explain every mystery tonight. Some things are meant to be felt, to be admired in the stillness. The fish do not ask why they are on the grass does not ask why it is suddenly silver. They simply exist together in the aftermath of the storm. You are in your own aftermath now. The storm of the day has ended. The noise has faded, and what remains is this quiet, glistening moment. Breathe in the scent of wet earth and silver light. Breathe out the need for answers. Let the mystery of the falling fish pull you deeper into your blankets. You are floating, held by the same winds that carry the wonders of the world. Everything is in its right place. The sky is clear, the earth is nourished, and you are ready to sleep. As we move away from the silver light of the falling fish, feel the air around you beginning to change once more. It is growing colder, much colder, but it is a dry, silent cold that feels like a thick, protective blanket. We are traveling north, into the vast, ancient forests of Alaska and Canada, where the winter sun barely touches the horizon, and the world is locked in a deep, crystalline slumber. Beneath the layers of snow, under the fallen leaves of the forest floor, lies a small, humble creature known as the wood frog. At this very moment, this frog is not just sleeping, it is something much more profound. It is frozen. Imagine being so still that your heart stops beating. Imagine a silence so deep that your breath ceases, and your blood no longer flows through your veins. For most living things, this would be the end, but for the wood frog, it is simply a way to wait for the light. As the temperature drops below freezing, a miracle of biological engineering begins to take place within the frog's tiny body. It begins to produce high concentrations of glucose, a natural sugar that acts as a powerful antifreeze. This sugar floods its vital organs, protecting the delicate cells from being punctured by the sharp edges of ice crystals. Think of the stillness of that body. 2/3 of the water in the frog's body turns to solid ice. It becomes as hard as a stone, as cold as the earth that cradles it. If you were to pick it up, it would not move, it would not feel warm, it would seem like a frozen sculpture of life. But inside, in the very core of its being, the spark of life is not gone, it is merely tucked away, held in a state of perfect, icy preservation. It is the ultimate form of letting go. The frog does not fight the winter, it does not struggle against the frost. It simply surrenders to the cold, allowing the environment to define its state of being. As you lie in your own bed tonight, let this image of the frozen frog help you surrender to your own rest. You do not need to work to stay alive right now, you do not need to move, or think, or plan. Your body knows exactly what to do. Like the frog beneath the snow, you are safe, you are protected by the natural laws of the universe. For months, the forest remains silent. The wind howls above the snow, and the trees crack in the deep frost, but the frog remains in its dreamless, frozen peace. It is waiting for a signal that only the earth can give. And then, the thaw begins. The first warmth of spring touches the forest floor. The ice begins to turn back into water, and a truly impossible thing happens. Within hours, the frog's heart, which has been silent for months, begins to flicker. One beat, then another. The blood begins to thaw and flow once more, and the frog simply wakes up. It stretches its legs, and hops toward the nearest pond, as if it had never left. It has conquered the impossible through the power of stillness. It has traveled through the valley of the cold and returned to the light. Feel the heavy, cooling sensation of this story in your limbs. Your muscles are as relaxed as that frozen wood frog. You are becoming part of the quiet, frozen landscape, where nothing moves, and nothing is expected of you. The world is cold outside, but you are warm beneath your covers. Just as the frog is protected by its natural antifreeze. You are preserved in this moment of peace. The winter of your day is over, and you are allowed to be perfectly, beautifully still. Breathe in the crisp, clean air of the north. Breathe out the warmth of your own recovery. Let your heart beat with that same slow, ancient rhythm. Trust the thaw that will come tomorrow, but for now, stay in the ice. Stay in the silence, stay in the peace. Let us leave the frozen silence of the northern forests and look upward now, away from the earth and into the vast, restless laboratory of the atmosphere. Above us, the air is never truly still, even on the quietest nights, there is a subtle movement of ions, a gathering of potential. We are approaching the heart of a storm, but not one that brings fear. Imagine this storm as a great, celestial cleansing. A moment where the earth resets its electric balance. High within the towering cumulonimbus clouds, ice crystals and water droplets are swirling in a violent, beautiful dance. As they collide, they create a massive separation of charge, positive energy rising to the top of the cloud, negative energy gathering at the base. This tension builds and builds, mirroring the tension we sometimes hold in our own minds during the day. But nature knows that tension cannot last forever, it must be released. And then, it happens. A bolt of lightning tears through the sky, 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. It is a brief, brilliant flash of pure power. But while we see the light and hear the rumble of the thunder, something invisible and miraculous is happening within that flash. The air we breathe is mostly nitrogen. But plants cannot use nitrogen in its gas form, it is locked away, unavailable to the life that needs it most. The intense heat of the lightning bolt breaks the strong bonds of the nitrogen molecules in the atmosphere. In that split second of electric fire, nitrogen atoms combine with oxygen to create nitrates. As the rain begins to fall, it catches these newly formed life-giving chemicals and carries them down to the thirsty earth. Lightning is not just a storm, it is the Earth's own fertilization system. It is a bridge between the fire of the sky and the hunger of the soil. Think of that the next time you hear a distant storm. It is the planet feeding itself, making sure that the forests of tomorrow have the nutrients they need to grow. Feel the vibration of the thunder in your mind, but let it be a soothing, rhythmic sound, like a heavy drum beat in the distance. It is a reminder that even the most powerful forces are part of a cycle of care and provision. Every strike of lightning is a gift to the ground below. The scale of this energy is almost beyond comprehension, and yet, it is perfectly balanced within the Earth's electrical circuit. There are thousands of thunderstorms happening around our planet at any given moment, thousands of flashes occurring as you lie here in the dark. The Earth is constantly breathing electricity, inhaling the charge and exhaling the life-giving rain. As you lie in the safety of your room, listen to the imaginary rain hitting the roof. Each drop is heavy with the chemistry of the sky. Each drop is a promise of growth. The electricity of the world is being grounded, just as you are being grounded now by the weight of your blankets. Let the static in your own mind be released. Let the flashes of worry or the sparks of tomorrow's plans fade away into the cool, dark rain. Your body is a conductor for peace tonight. The energy is flowing through you and into the bed, leaving you empty, quiet, and profoundly still. The Earth's electric heartbeat is steady, it is ancient, and it is wise. It knows exactly when to strike and when to remain silent. Right now, it is choosing silence for you. The storm has moved on, leaving behind an atmosphere that is clean, crisp, and charged with the scent of life. Breathe in the ozone, the fresh, metallic scent of a world that has been washed by lightning. Feel the expansion in your chest as you take in this revitalized air. The nitrogen is sinking into the roots, the plants are drinking in the dark, and you are sinking into the deep, fertile soil of sleep. There is no more tension, no more light, only the soft, fading echo of the thunder, leading you further and further away from the waking world. You are safe in the aftermath. You are part of the Earth's chemistry now. Imagine the molecules restructuring, the air becoming light, the pressure dropping to a level that makes your limbs feel heavy and warm. The sky is no longer a place of conflict, but a place of delivery. Breathe in the spark. Breathe out the shadow. Sleep now, while the earth prepares to bloom. We shift our focus now, descending from the electric heights of the storm clouds, and traveling toward the warm, humid edges of the world, where the land and the sea blur into one. We find ourselves at the edge of a tropical mangrove forest, where the air is heavy with salt and the scent of damp, rich silt. Here, as the tide recedes, a hidden world is revealed, a world of glistening mud and tangled roots. And in this in-between space lives one of nature's most fascinating survivors, the mudskipper. Imagine a fish that has forgotten it is supposed to stay underwater. As you lie still, picture this small, curious creature, pulling itself out of the water and onto the dark, slick mud. It does not struggle, it does not gasp, it moves with a surprising, rhythmic grace, using its sturdy, muscular pectoral fins as if they were tiny arms. The mudskipper is a living bridge between two worlds, a glimpse into the ancient past when the first ancestors of all land-dwelling creatures began their journey out of the depths. To look at a mudskipper is to see the persistence of life, its refusal to be confined by boundaries. Contemplate the quiet miracle of its breathing. While other fish would perish in the open air, the mudskipper has found a way to carry the ocean with it. It keeps its gill chambers filled with a reserve of water, like a diver carrying an oxygen tank, but in reverse. It also breathes through its skin, as long as it remains damp and cool in the shadow of the mangroves. Feel the rhythmic, pulsing nature of its existence. It blinks its large, bulbous eyes, a rare sight for a fish, as it scans the horizon for food or rivals. It is a creature of intense focus. Yet it lives in a place of constant flux. The tide comes in, the tide goes out, and the mudskipper simply adapts, moving with the water, or staying behind on the land. There is a deep peace in this adaptability. The mudskipper does not fight the changing tides, it flows with them. It knows when to submerge and when to rise. As you settle deeper into your rest, think of your own ability to flow with the changes of your life. Like the tide, your thoughts may come and go, your energy may rise and fall, and that is perfectly okay. Visualize the mangrove roots, arching like the ribs of an ancient cathedral, providing shade and safety. The water laps gently against the shore, a slow, repetitive sound that mirrors the beating of your own heart. The mud is cool, the air is soft, and the world is quiet. The mudskipper can even climb, using its pelvic fins like a suction cup to grip the low-hanging branches. It defies gravity, it defies expectation. It reminds us that there is always a way to reach higher, always a way to find a new perspective, if we are patient, and if we move with the rhythm of our surroundings. Let your mind drift into the hazy, golden light of the mangrove swamp. See the ripples on the water's surface, hear the distant call of a tropical bird, and feel the stillness of the trees. You are safe here, in this edge world, where the land meets the sea. Your body is heavy now, as heavy as the rich, dark mud, and your spirit is as light as the mist rising from the water. You are no longer bound by the worries of the dry land, or the pressures of the deep sea. You are simply here. In the middle, in the quiet. Breathe in the salt air. Breathe out the tension. The mudskipper has found its place, and you have found yours. In the stillness, in the rest, in the dream. Now, let us travel deep into the heart of the South American continent, leaving the salt air of the mangroves behind for the dense, vibrant greenery of the Amazon rainforest. Imagine a place so vast that it breathes for the entire planet, a world where the trees are so numerous and so powerful that they control the very sky above them. As you lie in the stillness of your room, picture yourself standing beneath a canopy so thick that the sunlight only reaches the forest floor in soft, golden spears. The air here is not just humid, it is alive with the breath of trillions of leaves. In most parts of the world, rain is a gift from the oceans, carried inland by the winds. But the Amazon is different. The Amazon is a self-sustaining machine of moisture. Every single day. A large tree in this forest can pump hundreds of gallons of water from the deep earth, up through its massive trunk, and out into the atmosphere through its leaves. This process, called transpiration, is the forest's quiet, rhythmic exhale. Trillions of trees are exhaling together, releasing vast invisible rivers of water vapor into the air. These are the flying rivers of the Amazon. Massive currents of moisture that float above the canopy, carrying more water than the Amazon River itself. Think of the scale of this invisible labor. While the world sleeps, the forest is working, creating its own clouds, forming its own storms. The trees do not wait for the clouds to come to them, they summon them. They release organic compounds into the air, tiny particles that act as seeds for raindrops. They provide the foundation upon which the rain can form. Feel the heavy, cooling weight of this realization. The forest is a closed circle of life. It creates what it needs, and it shares what it makes. As you breathe in and out, match your rhythm to the slow, steady transpiration of the trees. Your breath is a cycle, just like the forest. In the late afternoon, as the heat of the day peaks, the flying rivers turn into dark, heavy clouds. The forest begins to hum with the anticipation of the rain. And then, it falls. A warm, torrential downpour that washes over the leaves, soaking into the moss, trickling down the bark, and returning to the roots that sent it up just hours before. It is a perfect, eternal loop. Nothing is lost, everything is reclaimed. As you settle deeper into your pillow, imagine yourself as part of this cycle. Your thoughts are like the water vapor, rising, forming soft clouds, and then falling away as peace. You do not need to look outside for your tranquility, you have the power to create it within yourself, just like the Amazon creates its own rain. The sounds of the rainforest are a symphony of rest. The distant call of a macaw, the rustle of a jaguar moving through the undergrowth. The constant, rhythmic patter of water hitting 1,000 different types of leaves. It is the sound of a world that is perfectly balanced. The canopy above you is a roof of living emerald, protecting you, sheltering you from the harsh light of the world. Beneath this roof, there is only the scent of wet earth, the warmth of the humidity, and the absolute certainty of life. Every tree is a pillar of strength. Rooted deep in the ancient soil, reaching high into the mist. They stand in a silence that is not empty, but full of the wisdom of the ages. They know that to grow, one must first know how to breathe, and how to let go. Let your muscles go limp now, like the vines hanging from the branches. Your mind is drifting into the mist, floating above the flying rivers, moving slowly toward the horizon where the forest meets the stars. The rain is falling, the forest is breathing, and you are sinking, further, and further, into the deep, green dream of the Amazon. Breathe in the life of the forest. Breathe out the stillness of the trees. You are safe in the heart of the world. As the emerald canopy of the Amazon fades from your vision, feel your consciousness beginning to sink once more, past the shoreline, past the light-drenched waves of the surface, and down into the silent, pressurized depths of the Black Sea. We are descending into a world of liquid shadows, where the light of the sun becomes a faint, flickering memory, and the silence is as thick as the water itself. Imagine, as you lie perfectly still, that you are drifting through the darkness of the deep ocean. But as we reach the seafloor, we discover something that seems to belong in a dream. There, on the bottom of the sea, is a river. It is a river within an ocean. It has its own banks, its own floodplains, and even its own rapids and waterfalls. This underwater river flows with a density and a purpose that is separate from the vast body of water surrounding it. It is made of salter, heavier water that has traveled from the Mediterranean through the Bosphorus Strait, sinking to the bottom because of its weight, and carving a path through the silt of the Black Sea floor. Contemplate the profound stillness of this place. There is no wind here, no storms, no seasons. There is only the steady, relentless flow of the heavy water, moving through the darkness like a silent ghost. It carries nutrients and life to the deepest parts of the basin, a hidden artery that feeds a world that never sees the light of day. Think of the patience of this river. It has been flowing in this darkness for thousands of years, carving its canyons in total anonymity. It does not seek the sun, it does not yearn for the surface. It is content in the deep, content in its own weight, and content in its silent journey. As you settle deeper into your blankets, let your mind become like that underwater river. You are moving through a space of absolute quiet. The surface of your life may be choppy or loud, but deep down, in the core of your being, there is a steady current of peace that remains untouched. It is heavy, it is calm, and it is moving you toward your rest. Feel the pressure of the water in your mind. But let it be a comforting pressure, like a weighted blanket that keeps you safe and grounded. In this deep world, there are no echoes, no distractions. Every sound is muffled by the density of the sea. The only rhythm is the slow, majestic flow of the current. Around the banks of this underwater river, there are no trees of wood and leaf, but there are structures of salt and sediment that mimic the world above. It is a mirror world, a quiet reflection of the landscape we know, existing in a state of permanent twilight. The fish that live here move in slow motion, their silver scales catching the faint bioluminescence of the deep-sea organisms. They do not dart or rush, they glide, drifting on the edges of the heavy river, trusting the current to take them where they need to go. You are gliding now, too. Your thoughts are no longer sharp or bright, they are becoming soft and fluid, merging with the dark water. The boundaries of your body are beginning to blur, as if you are dissolving into the vast, protective embrace of the ocean. The Black Sea holds its secrets well. In its depths, there is no oxygen, and because of this, things do not decay. Ancient shipwrecks from thousands of years ago rest on the bottom. Perfectly preserved, as if they are merely waiting for their crews to return from a long sleep. They are monuments to the power of the deep to hold time still. Tonight, you are invited into that same preservation. Your worries are being locked away in the salt, your fatigue is being washed away by the heavy current. You are becoming a part of the ancient, silent memory of the sea. Breathe in the cool, dense weight of the water. Breathe out the lightness of the air. The river is flowing, the sea is holding you, and the darkness is a friend. Sink down, past the canyons, past the shipwrecks, and into the velvet silence of the abyss. You are home in the deep. You are resting in the heart of the world's most hidden river. As we rise from the silent, heavy depths of the Black Sea, leave the cool darkness behind, feel the weight of the water lifting, replaced by a dry, ancient warmth. We are traveling across the continents now, settling into the vast, golden dunes of the Gobi Desert, specifically to the singing sands of Dunhuang. Here, the landscape is not silent, it possesses a voice, a deep, resonant hum that seems to vibrate from the very heart of the earth. Imagine yourself standing at the base of a dune that reaches toward the stars like a mountain of liquid gold. The air is still, the sun has long since set, and the sand beneath your feet holds the lingering warmth of the day. As a soft breeze begins to move across the ridges, the desert begins to sing. It is a sound like a low-frequency cello, or the distant drone of 1,000 bees. It is a phenomenon that has haunted travelers for millennia, once thought to be the voices of spirits or hidden cities beneath the sand. But the truth is even more poetic. It is the sound of friction, the sound of billions of perfectly rounded grains of sand sliding against one another, creating a collective vibration that turns the entire dune into a massive musical instrument. As you lie in your bed, let this low hum vibrate through your mind. It is a sound that grounds you, pulling your focus away from the high-pitched noise of daily life and into the deep, bass notes of the earth. Each grain of sand is like a tiny bell, and together, they are playing a symphony of patience. Think of the journey of these sands. They were once solid mountains, ground down by wind and water over millions of years, until they became these smooth, golden spheres. They have all the time in the world. They are not in a hurry to reach the sea, they are content to dance with the wind, to rise into peaks and dissolve into valleys, shifting their shape but never losing their essence. Feel the texture of the sand in your mind. Let it run through your fingers, warm, dry, and surprisingly soft. You are like one of these grains of sand tonight, small, safe, and part of something vast and beautiful. You are part of a grand, golden sea that stretches beyond the horizon. The singing of the sands is a reminder that even the most desolate places have a soul. Even in the dryness, even in the heat, there is music. There is a rhythm to the desert that is slower than the rhythm of the city. It is the rhythm of the wind, the rhythm of the shadows moving across the dunes, and the rhythm of the stars appearing one by one in the indigo sky. The stars over the Gobi are brighter than anywhere else. They look like diamonds scattered on a velvet cloth, close enough to touch. As the desert sings, the stars seem to pulse in time with the music. The universe is breathing with you tonight. Let your breath become slow and deep, like the wind moving through the hollows of the dunes. With every exhale, feel yourself sliding down the slope of a silken dune, gently, effortlessly, moving toward the soft, dark valley of sleep. The humming is fading now, becoming a faint, soothing echo in the back of your mind. The sand is settling, the wind is dying down, and the desert is preparing for its own long, cold night of rest. There is a peace in the desert that is unlike any other. It is the peace of simplicity. The peace of having nothing but the earth and the sky. You are shedding your layers now, leaving behind the complexities of your day, until you are as simple and as pure as a single grain of sand. Everything is quiet. Everything is still. The sand is warm, the sky is vast, and you are ready. Breathe in the warmth of the dunes. Breathe out the song of the sand. Sink into the golden darkness. Sleep, while the desert hums you a lullaby of eternity. From the warm, singing sands of the desert, we turn our gaze back toward the infinite blue of the tropical oceans. Feel yourself floating once more, not in the heavy, dark currents of the deep sea, but in the sun-dappled, turquoise waters of the Mediterranean and the Caribbean. Here, drifting like a tiny, translucent ghost in the gentle swell of the tide, lives the Turritopsis dohrnii. A creature that has achieved what humans have only ever dreamed of in myths and legends, the secret of biological immortality. Imagine, as you lie in the absolute stillness of your bed, this small, delicate bell of glass, barely the size of a fingernail. It is almost invisible against the vastness of the sea, trailing its fine, silken tentacles like threads of starlight through the water. It does not possess a heart, it does not possess a brain. It is a creature made of water, light, and pure intention. Most living things follow a linear path. They are born, they grow, they age, and eventually, they return to the earth. But when this jellyfish faces a threat, when it becomes injured, or hungry, or simply grows too old, it does something truly miraculous. It does not die, instead, it chooses to begin again. It begins a process called transdifferentiation. Imagine your own body being able to turn back the clock at will. The jellyfish begins to shrink, its tentacles retract, its bell collapses, and it transforms its adult cells back into their youngest, most primitive state. It sinks to the seafloor and becomes a polyp once more, a tiny, budding sprout of life. From this state, it will eventually grow back into a new jellyfish, the same individual, yet completely renewed. Contemplate this cycle of eternal return as you breathe in the soft, cool air of the night. The universe is telling us that nothing is ever truly lost, only transformed. This tiny jellyfish is a living reminder that the end is often just a doorway back to the beginning. As you drift closer to sleep, let the heavy, liquid grace of the jellyfish fill your mind. You are like this creature tonight. You are shedding the adult version of yourself, the version that worries, that plans, that carries the weight of responsibility. You are retracting your thoughts from the world outside, pulling them back into the quiet, safe center of your being. In this space of rest, you are renewing yourself. Every cell in your body is quietly working to repair, to heal, and to refresh. You are going through your own silent transformation. And when the sun rises tomorrow, you will be a new version of yourself, reborn from the stillness of the night. The ocean around the jellyfish is a place of infinite patience. The waves pulse with a slow, hypnotic rhythm, hush, hush, hush. It is the heartbeat of the world, the same heartbeat that is currently pulsing softly in your own chest. Feel the weightlessness of the water in your limbs. Your arms and legs are floating, supported by the invisible currents of peace. There is no gravity here, no pressure, only the soft, cooling embrace of the sea. The jellyfish does not fear the passage of time, it does not struggle against the tide, it simply flows. It knows that it has all the time in the world, and so do you tonight. There is no rush to fall asleep, there is no deadline for your rest. You are simply drifting. Through the turquoise light, through the silent bubbles, toward the soft, sandy floor of your dreams. Let the translucent light of the Turritopsis guide you now. See its tiny, glowing bell pulsing in the dark. It is a beacon of hope, a sign that life is resilient beyond our understanding. You are resilient, too. Your mind is capable of letting go of everything that happened today, and starting over in the quiet of the night. The sea is dark now, the sun has disappeared far above the surface, and the world is at rest. You are a polyp in the dark, protected, safe, and ready to grow back into the light when the time is right. Breathe in the eternity of the sea. Breathe out the fleeting moments of the day. You are eternal in this stillness. You are home in the water. Sleep and begin again. Now, let us rise from the weightless cradle of the sea and take flight. Feel your spirit becoming as light as a whisper, as delicate as a petal caught in a summer breeze. We are traveling across the vast landscapes of North America, following a trail of orange and black light that stretches across thousands of miles. We are joining the great migration of the monarch butterflies. Imagine, as you lie in the soft stillness of your room, millions of these fragile creatures rising together from the milkweed fields, forming a living cloud that shimmers in the golden afternoon sun. Each individual butterfly weighs less than a paperclip, its wings are as thin as silk, yet it is embarking on a journey that should be impossible. A journey of 3,000 miles, toward a destination it has never seen. They are traveling to the Oyamel fir forests of central Mexico. A place they have never been to in their individual lifetimes. You see, the journey is so long that it takes 4 generations to complete. The butterflies starting the journey will not be the ones to finish it, and yet, they know exactly where to go. Contemplate the profound mystery of this genetic memory. Deep within the tiny nervous system of the monarch, there is an ancient map. A compass that reads the position of the sun and the magnetic pull of the earth. They are guided by a wisdom that was written into their DNA long before they emerged from their cocoons. As you breathe in the cool night air, let this idea of innate knowing settle into your mind. Just as the butterfly knows its path across a continent, your body knows its path towards sleep. You do not need to guide it. You do not need to struggle with the direction of your thoughts. There is a genetic memory of rest within you, an ancient rhythm of closing the eyes and letting the world fade away. Think of the silence of the migration. Millions of wings beating together, creating a sound no louder than a gentle sigh. They fly over mountains, across vast lakes, and through the noise of human cities, yet they remain focused, calm, and driven by a singular purpose. They do not rush, they glide on the thermal currents, letting the warmth of the earth lift them higher, saving their energy for the long miles ahead. You are gliding on your own thermal current tonight. The warmth of your bed is lifting you away from the ground of your worries. You are rising above the landscape of your day, seeing it become smaller and smaller until it disappears into the haze of the horizon. Finally, after months of travel, the monarchs reached the sacred forests of Mexico. Here, the trees are so covered in butterflies that the branches bow under their collective weight. They cluster together for warmth, millions of orange wings overlapping like the shingles on a roof. The forest becomes a cathedral of orange and green, perfectly silent. Perfectly still. In this forest, time stops for them. They enter a state of diapause, a long, meditative sleep that preserves their lives through the winter. They are waiting for the sun to return, just as you are waiting for the morning. Feel the stillness of that butterfly forest in your limbs. Imagine yourself hanging from a soft fir branch, surrounded by millions of others, all breathing in unison. All resting in the same deep peace. You are protected by the group, you are shielded by the forest, and you are guided by the same ancient memory that brought the monarchs home. The air in the mountains is cool and thin. It smells of pine needles and damp earth. The only sound is the occasional rustle of a wing, or the drip of dew from a leaf. It is a place where the noise of the world cannot reach. You are in that forest now. Your thoughts are the butterflies, settling down one by one, folding their wings, becoming part of the stillness. One by one, the bright colors fade into the shadows of the evening, until all that remains is the deep, dark peace of the trees. Breathe in the ancient wisdom of the monarch. Breathe out the need to find your own way. Trust the map within you. Trust the journey into the dark. The forest is waiting. The wings are still, and you are finally home. Sleep in the orange glow of the dream. Now, let us leave the fragile, fluttering wings of the monarchs behind, and descend once more, not into the water, and not into the soil, but into the very bones of the earth itself. We are traveling deep beneath the surface of the Chihuahuan Desert in Mexico, nearly 1,000 feet below the ground, to a place where time moves at the pace of stone. We are entering the giant Crystal Cave of Naica. Imagine, as you lie in the absolute stillness of your room, a cavern filled with the most magnificent structures ever created by the planet. Deeper than the roots of trees, shielded from the wind and the sun, there are crystals of selenite so large they look like fallen beams of moonlight. Some are over 30 feet long, as thick as ancient oaks, crisscrossing the dark chamber like the ribs of a giant, translucent beast. This cave was once filled with mineral-rich water, heated by a magma chamber far below. For over 500,000 years, the temperature remained perfectly constant, a steady, pulsing heat that allowed the molecules of calcium sulfate to arrange themselves with infinite patience. They did not rush to form, they grew atom by atom, layer by thin layer, in total darkness, and total silence. Think of that scale of patience as you breathe in the quiet of the night. To grow just 1 inch, these crystals waited for centuries. They are the ultimate practitioners of stillness. They do not seek to be seen, they do not seek to be found, they simply exist in a state of perfect, geometric order. As you settle deeper into your mattress, let your mind become like one of these crystals. Feel the stability of the earth surrounding you. You are protected from the chaos of the surface. The storms, the noise, and the frantic pace of the world above cannot reach you here. You are in a sanctuary of stone and light. The selenite is translucent. If you were to hold a light behind it, it would glow with a soft, milky radiance. It is the color of a clouded moon, the color of a dream just before it begins. Imagine your thoughts as these crystals, long, smooth, and perfectly still. They are no longer sharp or jagged, they have been polished by the slow passage of eons. There is a profound weight to this place, but it is a weight that brings comfort. It is the weight of certainty. The crystals know that they are exactly where they are supposed to be. They are not trying to change, they are not trying to move. They are simply being, in the warm, humid embrace of the mountain. Can you feel that same certainty within yourself tonight? The certainty that this moment, this rest, is exactly what you need. You have spent the day moving, thinking, and doing, but now, you are invited to be like the giants of Naica. Let your breathing become as slow as the growth of the selenite. In and out. Growing and settling. With every breath, you are adding a new layer of peace to your being. You are building a fortress of tranquility that is 1,000,000 years in the making. The heat of the deep cave is a gentle, enveloping warmth. It eases the tension in your muscles, it softens the edges of your mind. You are sinking into the crystalline structure of your own rest. Everything is aligned, everything is in order. In the silence of the cave, there is a faint, rhythmic dripping of water, a sound that has echoed through the darkness since before the first humans walked the earth. Drip, drip, drip. It is the clock of the deep, a clock that counts centuries instead of seconds. Let that sound lull you deeper into your pillows. You are no longer bound by the time of the sun. You have entered the time of the crystal. A time where hours do not exist. Only the slow, beautiful expansion of peace. The light in the cave is fading now, returning to the velvet blackness that the crystals have known for 500,000 years. You are part of the stone, you are part of the light, you are part of the eternal silence. Breathe in the ancient heat of the earth. Breathe out the fleeting worries of the air. You are solid, you are safe, you are still. Sleep. In the heart of the mountain. From the silent, crystalline heart of the mountain, we rise once more, floating through the rock and the soil, until we reach the edge of a vast, midnight blue horizon. We are returning to the cradle of all life, the open ocean, but this time, we are not looking at the surface, we are sinking into the deep, acoustic corridors of the sea. We are entering the world of the great blue whales and the humpbacks, the masters of the long-distance song. Imagine, as you lie in the weightless comfort of your bed, that the air around you has become thick and cool, supporting your body like the salt-rich waters of the Pacific. Above you, the moon reflects on the surface in shimmering silver ribbons, but down here, in the blue twilight, the world is defined not by sight, but by sound. In this vast, underwater cathedral, a sound begins to vibrate. It is so low, so deep, that you feel it in your chest before you hear it with your ears. It is the song of a whale. This is not a simple sound, it is a complex, haunting composition of moans, clicks, and soaring whistles. It is a language that has no words, only emotion and information. Some of these songs can last for 30 minutes, and then they are repeated, perfectly, for hours on end. But the most miraculous part is the distance. Because sound travels 4 times faster in water than in air, and because of a special layer in the ocean called the SOFAR channel, these songs can travel for thousands of miles. A whale singing off the coast of Alaska can be heard by a companion near the shores of Hawaii. Think of that connection as you breathe in the stillness of the night. A voice traveling through the dark abyss. Across mountains of submerged volcanoes, through forests of giant kelp, seeking a listener on the other side of the world. They are never truly alone, and neither are you. The universe is always communicating with you, through the rhythm of your heart, the flow of your breath, and the quiet signals of your mind. As you settle deeper into your pillow, let the low-frequency hum of the whale's song resonate through your muscles. Every note is a wave of relaxation, washing over your shoulders, smoothing the tension from your back. The sound is heavy, it is ancient, and it carries the wisdom of a creature that has roamed these waters for 50 million years. The whales do not rush their songs. They move through the water with a majestic, slow-motion grace. A single stroke of their massive tail fin can propel them for hundreds of yards. They are the embodiment of effortless power. They teach us that to move through the deep, one must be calm, one must be patient, and one must trust the buoyancy of the world. In the eye of your mind, watch a humpback as it breaches the surface to take a single, deep breath of the starlit air. And then, it dives back down, into the blue silence, into the peace of the deep. As it descends, the pressure increases. But the whale does not fight it, its lungs collapse safely, its heart rate slows to a mere few beats per minute. It enters a state of profound meditation. You are diving with the whale now. Your own heart rate is slowing, matching the rhythm of the deep sea. The light from above is fading, replaced by a soft, velvety indigo. The flying rivers of the atmosphere and the underwater rivers of the Black Sea are all forgotten. Here, there is only the song, and the silence that holds it. Whales are the record keepers of the ocean. They remember the migration paths of their ancestors, they share the songs of their youth with the new generation. They are a living bridge through time. Tonight, you are invited to let go of your own record keeping. You do not need to remember the tasks of today, or the to-do list for tomorrow. You can let your memories drift away into the currents, like bubbles rising to the surface and popping into the night air. The song is becoming more distant now, a faint, comforting vibration in the water. The whale is moving further into the abyss, and you are following, sinking into the darkest, most peaceful corner of the ocean floor. The water here is still. The temperature is constant. There is no noise here. Only the memory of the song, and the absolute certainty of rest. Breathe in the vastness of the sea. Breathe out the limits of the land. You are floating in the infinite. You are safe in the deep. Sleep while the whales sing you to the end of the world. From the deep, resonant vibrations of the whale's song in the dark abyss, we begin a final, majestic ascent. Feel yourself rising, through the cool layers of the ocean, past the shimmering surface, past the clouds, and up into the thin, frozen air of the Arctic night. We are traveling to the very top of the world, where the Earth's magnetic shield is at its most vulnerable and its most beautiful. Imagine, as you lie in the absolute stillness of your room, that the roof above you has dissolved, replaced by a vast, obsidian sky peppered with 1 billion distant stars. The air is sharp and still, the ground below is a silent expanse of white snow, and everything is waiting. And then, it begins. A faint, ghostly green glow appears on the horizon, like a brushstroke of light across a dark canvas. It grows, it stretches. Until the entire sky is filled with swirling curtains of emerald, violet, and pale crimson light. The Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights. This is not just a visual wonder, it is a cosmic interaction, a conversation between our sun and our planet. Millions of miles away, the sun is exhaling a constant stream of charged particles called the solar wind. When these particles reach the Earth, they are caught by our planet's magnetic field and funneled toward the poles. As they collide with the gases in our atmosphere, they release their energy in the form of light. Think of the scale of this protection as you breathe in the quiet of the night. The Earth is shielding us, holding us safe within its magnetic embrace, and turning the solar fire into a silent, haunting dance. As you settle deeper into your blankets, let your mind become like those curtains of light. They do not move with a frantic energy, they ripple with a slow, hypnotic grace, shifting and folding like silk in the wind. There is no sound to the aurora, it is a visual music, a symphony of silence that plays across the heavens while the world below sleeps. Every swirl of green light is a wave of relaxation, washing over your mind, erasing the last lingering thoughts of the day. The colors are soft, they are cool, and they are infinitely distant. You are no longer bound by the gravity of your worries, you are floating among the ions, a part of the celestial machinery that keeps the universe in motion. The atmosphere is a thin, protective layer of breath. Oxygen gives us the green and yellow hues. Nitrogen gives us the blues and the deep purples. It is as if the very air we breathe is showing us its true colors tonight. It is reminding us that even the invisible things, the air, the magnetic fields, the solar winds, are full of beauty and purpose. You are breathing that same oxygen now. Feel it filling your lungs with a sense of clarity and peace. Your body is a vessel for this cosmic energy, and just like the aurora, you are releasing your tension into the dark. Turning your fatigue into a soft, internal glow. In the eye of your mind, watch the lights as they pulse in time with your breath. Inhale, and the green curtains brighten. Exhale, and they fade into a soft violet haze. You are in perfect sync with the rhythm of the solar system. The Arctic landscape below is a place of total stillness. The mountains are statues of ice, the lakes are mirrors of frozen glass. There is no movement here but the light. And you are part of that stillness now. You are the snow, you are the ice, you are the silent observer of the cosmic dance. The aurora is a reminder that there is a vast, beautiful order to the universe. Even in the darkness of space, even in the cold of the poles, there is light, there is warmth, and there is a system that cares for you. The curtains of light are beginning to fold inward now, retreating into the velvet blackness of the deep sky. The stars are becoming brighter as the glow fades, guiding you toward the threshold of your dreams. You have traveled from the teeming cities of the soil, through the ancient forests, across the electric skies and the deep oceans, to the very edge of space. And everywhere you have gone, you have found stillness. You have found peace, and you have found rest. Breathe in the starlight. Breathe out the world. You are home in the universe. You are protected, you are loved, and you are ready to let go. The dance is over, the sky is dark, and it is time for the dream to begin. Sleep in the glow of the aurora. Now, we leave the magnetic embrace of the earth behind, drifting past the shimmering aurora, past the silver moon, and out into the vast, silent velvet of the cosmos. We are traveling through light years of distance, moving toward the heart of the Eagle Nebula, where the very building blocks of the universe are being forged in absolute, celestial stillness. We are approaching the pillars of creation. Imagine, as you lie in the weightless sanctuary of your bed, that you are floating in a place where time and space have a different meaning. Before you rise three massive towers of gas and dust, glowing with a ghostly, ethereal light. They are light years tall, so vast that our entire solar system would be a mere speck at their base. These pillars are the nurseries of the universe. Within these dark, towering clouds of hydrogen, gravity is performing its slow, ancient work. Atom by atom, grain by grain, the dust is being pulled together, becoming denser, hotter, and more focused. It is a process that takes millions of years, a masterpiece of patience that happens in the cold, silent vacuum of space. Contemplate the profound stillness of this cosmic labor as you breathe in the quiet of the night. In these pillars, stars are being born. They start as faint flickers of heat, deep within the opaque folds of the nebula, until finally, they ignite, becoming brilliant beacons of light that will shine for billions of years. Think of that scale of time as you settle deeper into your pillow. The universe does not rush to create a star, it waits for the perfect moment, it allows the gravity to do its work without interference. You are part of this same cosmic fabric. The same atoms that are swirling in those distant pillars are the atoms that make up your bones, your heart, and your dreams. You are a child of the stars, resting in the cradle of the night. Feel the infinite space around you, but let it be a comforting space, a vast, soft darkness that holds you without judgment. There is no noise in the vacuum of space, no friction, no resistance. There is only the slow, majestic expansion of existence. In the eye of your mind, look at the colors of the nebula, the deep reds of sulfur, the cool blues of oxygen, and the golden hues of hydrogen. They are the colors of creation itself, swirling in a silent, slow-motion dance. They are the background of your consciousness tonight, a tapestry of peace that stretches across the infinite. You are no longer bound by the small worries of a single day on a single planet. You are expanding, drifting, becoming one with the silence of the Eagle Nebula. Your thoughts are like the distant stars, bright and beautiful, but far away, having no power over your current rest. Every breath you take is a ripple in the cosmic ocean. Inhale, and feel the gravity of peace pulling you inward. Exhale, and let the dust of your day disperse into the void. You are becoming denser in your relaxation, heavier in your stillness. The pillars of creation teach us that beauty often grows in the dark. They show us that the most magnificent things require the most time and the deepest silence. Tonight, you are allowing yourself that same time, that same silence. You are nurturing your own inner light, letting it glow softly in the sanctuary of your sleep. The universe is old, it is wise, and it is at peace with its own vastness. As you drift further away from the earth, feel the comfort of being a small but essential part of this grand design. You are not lost in the dark, you are a part of the light that is yet to be born. The pillars are fading now, becoming distant shadows against the background of the galaxy. The stars are closing their eyes, the nebulae are folding their wings, and the cosmos is whispering a secret that only the dreaming can hear. You are here, you are safe, and you are eternal. Breathe in the silence of the light years. Breathe out the echoes of the world. You are floating in the heart of creation. You are one with the stillness of the stars. Sleep in the cradle of the pillars. Now, we leave the infinite, cold reaches of the Eagle Nebula, and begin a long, gentle descent back toward the familiar, blue-green marble of our home. We are traveling through the atmosphere, past the dancing auroras, and settling into the rugged, pine-scented mountains of the Great North. The snow is falling here, heavy and thick, turning the world into a muffled, white sanctuary. Beneath the roots of a fallen cedar tree, deep within a hollowed-out den of earth and stone, we find a true master of the long rest, the grizzly bear. Imagine, as you lie in the absolute safety of your bed, the feeling of that den. It is dark, it is insulated by layers of moss and dry grass, and it is perfectly quiet. Outside, the wind may howl across the mountain peaks, the temperature may drop far below freezing. But inside the den, there is only the slow, rhythmic warmth of a life in deep suspension. Hibernation is not just a long sleep, it is a profound biological transformation. As the bear settles into its winter home, its heart rate drops from 70 beats per minute to as few as 8. Its breathing slows until it is almost imperceptible, a soft, shallow rise and fall that occurs only once every few minutes. It has entered a state of torpor, a middle ground between life and the stillness of the stone. Contemplate the absolute trust required for such a state as you breathe in the quiet of the night. The bear has spent the autumn preparing, gathering the energy it needs, and now, it simply lets go. It does not worry about the world outside, it does not worry about the hunger of tomorrow, or the passing of the months. It trusts its own body to sustain itself. And it trusts the mountain to keep it hidden. As you settle deeper into your pillow, imagine yourself as that great bear. Your room is your den, your blankets are the insulating moss and earth. You have done everything you needed to do today, you have gathered your experiences, and now, your only task is to be still. Feel your heart rate slowing down, matching the steady, low pulse of the hibernating giant. Your breath is becoming shallow and calm, a quiet whisper in the dark. You are no longer burning through your energy, you are conserving it, storing it, and allowing your body to repair itself in the deep, metabolic silence. There is a peace in this kind of surrender. The bear's mind does not race with the events of the forest, it does not dream of the salmon run or the summer berries. It exists in a dreamless, timeless void, where the only reality is the warmth of its own fur and the darkness of the earth. In the eye of your mind, watch the snow as it builds up over the entrance of the den. It creates a thick, soundproof wall, sealing out the noise of the world. Everything is becoming more distant, the world is becoming smaller, until all that remains is this small, warm space. The bear's body is a closed system of perfect efficiency. It recycles its own nutrients, it maintains its muscles without movement. It is a miracle of resilience. You have that same resilience within you. Your sleep tonight is a form of healing, a way for your mind and body to reset, and to prepare for the spring of a new day. Let your muscles go heavy as the limbs of the great bear. Feel the weight of your head sinking into the pillow. Your spine relaxing into the mattress, your hands resting softly at your sides. There is no need for movement, no need for action. The mountain is holding the bear, and the earth is holding you. You are safe in the hollow, you are protected by the snow, and you are guided by the ancient instinct of rest. The winter is long, but the bear is patient. It knows that the light will return. But it also knows that the darkness is a gift. A time to be still, a time to forget, a time to just be. Breathe in the scent of the pine and the cold earth. Breathe out the heat of the day. You are entering the torpor of the night. You are sinking into the deep, dreamless sleep of the giants. The wind is a distant memory. The snow is a soft blanket, and you are finally at rest. Sleep. In the heart of the mountain den. Now, we leave the snowy mountains and the warm, dark den of the great bear behind, feeling our consciousness drifting back toward the tropical warmth of the Indo-Pacific Oceans. We are descending once more, not into the abyss, but into the sun-drenched coral reefs and the steep underwater cliffs that drop away into the blue. Here, we encounter a creature that has remained unchanged for 500 million years. A living fossil that carries the geometry of the universe upon its back, the chambered Nautilus. Imagine, as you lie in the absolute stillness of your room, this ancient voyager of the deep, floating effortlessly in the cool, salt-rich water. Its shell is a masterpiece of natural engineering, a smooth, pearly spiral painted with stripes of cream and russet. But it is not just a home, it is a mathematical poem. The shell of the Nautilus follows the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence, the same mathematical spiral that governs the shape of galaxies and the arrangement of seeds in a sunflower. As you breathe in the quiet of the night, contemplate the perfection of this design. Every time the Nautilus outgrows its living space, it does not discard its old home, it builds a new, larger chamber in a perfect logarithmic curve, sealing off the old one behind it. Think of that process as you settle deeper into your pillow. The Nautilus carries its entire history with it, every stage of its growth, every year of its life, yet it only lives in the newest, most forward chamber. The past is there, supporting it, providing buoyancy, but it is sealed away, quiet and still. You can do the same tonight. Your day, your week, your entire past is a series of chambers behind you. They have brought you to this moment, they have given you the buoyancy to float, but you do not need to live in them right now. You are resting in the newest chamber of your life, the present moment, where the only thing that matters is the rhythm of your breath. The Nautilus is a master of balance. It regulates its depth by adjusting the amount of gas and fluid within those sealed chambers. It moves through the water with a slow, rhythmic jet propulsion, drifting up toward the surface at night to feed, and sinking back into the cool, dark safety of the deep during the day. It is a life of constant, gentle rising and falling. Feel that same buoyancy in your own body now. Your limbs feel light, as if the bed beneath you has become a gentle current. You are neither sinking nor rising. You are simply suspended in a state of perfect equilibrium. The pressure of the world is balanced by the peace within you. In the eye of your mind, look at the pearly interior of the shell. Nacre. Mother of pearl. It glows with a soft, iridescent light, reflecting colors you can only see in your dreams. It is smooth, cool to the touch, and incredibly strong. This is your sanctuary tonight. A spiral of protection that grows as you grow, always providing exactly the space you need to rest. The Nautilus has survived 5 mass extinctions. It has outlived the dinosaurs, it has watched continents drift apart. It has done all of this by remaining simple, by trusting its geometry, and by moving with the tide. It does not struggle against the ocean, it belongs to it. You belong to this night. You are part of the same geometry that shaped the Nautilus and the stars. There is a mathematical beauty to your rest, a logic to your recovery. Every cell in your body is following an ancient, golden script, repairing, replenishing, and returning to a state of harmony. Listen to the muffled sounds of the underwater world. The distant clicking of shrimp, the low moan of the tide against the reef. It is a world of echoes and shadows, a world that invites you to close your eyes and trust the spiral. You are moving deeper into the shell now. Passing through the chambers of the evening, through the hallways of your thoughts, until you reach the center, the tiny, infinitesimal point where the spiral begins. This is the point of absolute stillness. The seat of your consciousness. Breathe in the silver light of the nacre. Breathe out the complexities of the day. You are safe in the geometry of the deep. You are floating in the golden ratio. The tide is taking you now, gently, slowly, into the heart of the spiral. Sleep in the ancient pearl of the night. Now, we leave the pearly, mathematical spiral of the deep ocean behind. Feel your spirit rising once more, through the turquoise water, through the mists of the shore, and traveling across the vast, rolling heart of Asia. We are arriving at the endless grasslands of the Mongolian steppe, a place where the horizon is a perfect circle, and the sky feels so immense that it could swallow the world. Here, in the land of the eternal blue sky, we find the Taki, the Przewalski's horses, the last truly wild horses on our planet. Imagine, as you lie in the absolute stillness of your room, that the walls have opened up to reveal this vast, golden sea of grass. The air is crisp, scented with wild sage and the cold purity of the high plateau. The sun has just dipped below the horizon, leaving behind a world of soft violets and deep ambers. In the distance, standing like statues carved from the twilight itself, is the herd. They do not move with the frantic energy of the domestic world. They are creatures of endurance, of patience, and of a silence that has been earned over thousands of years. They are the silent guardians of the steppe. Contemplate the profound peace of their presence as you breathe in the quiet of the night. A wild horse does not sleep like a human. For much of the night, they stand, their heavy heads bowed, one hind leg slightly bent, their bodies locked into a state of stay apparatus, a biological miracle that allows their muscles to fully relax while they remain upright. Think of that stability as you settle deeper into your mattress. They are rooted to the earth, even in their slumber. They are at one with the ground, the wind, and the stars. They do not seek shelter from the elements, they are the elements. Their thick, dun-colored coats are a shield against the biting chill of the Mongolian night. They are warm, they are solid, and they are perfectly safe in their wildness. Feel the rhythmic, heavy breathing of the herd in your mind. A collective exhale that sounds like the wind moving through the dry grass. Hush, hush, hush. There is no fear here. No predator can surprise them in this vast openness. They trust their senses, they trust their kin, and they trust the night. As you lie still, let your mind wander across the steppe. There are no fences here, no roads, no boundaries. Your thoughts can gallop for miles and never hit a wall, but tonight, they choose to stand still, just like the Taki. They choose to lower their heads, to close their eyes, and to let the vastness of the universe settle upon their shoulders. The wild horse is a survivor of the Ice Age. It has seen the world change, it has seen civilizations rise and fall, yet it remains unchanged. It teaches us the power of persistence through stillness. It shows us that to be truly free, one must first know how to be still. Your body is becoming as sturdy and as relaxed as a horse on the plateau. Your legs feel heavy and warm, your back is aligned and supported, and your mind is as wide and as quiet as the Mongolian sky. You are no longer carrying the saddle of your daily duties, the reins of your responsibilities have been dropped. You are free, but you are resting. Listen to the sounds of the steppe in the dark. The faint whistle of the wind through the tall grass, the distant, lonely bark of a fox. The soft shift of a hoof on the dry earth. These sounds do not disturb the silence, they deepen it. They are the punctuation marks in a long, beautiful poem of peace. In the eye of your mind, see the Milky Way arching over the herd. It looks like a river of silver smoke, flowing from one end of the world to the other. The horses don't look up, they don't need to, they feel the starlight on their backs. They know they are a part of the celestial herd. You are drifting now, away from the golden grass, into the silver river of the stars. Your consciousness is expanding, becoming as large as the steppe itself. There is plenty of room for your dreams here, thousands of miles of quiet territory for your mind to explore. The herd is fading into the shadows of the night. The wind is slowing, the grass is still. The world is a perfect circle of rest. Breathe in the freedom of the wild. Breathe out the weight of the world. You are a guardian of your own peace. You are home on the range of your dreams. Sleep under the eternal blue sky.